Good morning, cultists! In our previous episode, we left things off after duking it out with an army of bandits. Well, I mean, not really. But it is more impressive than saying that we had a minor scuffle with a bunch of dudes. In any case, we are on the hunt for trolls, and that has led us to the Kobold Trail here. Now, we are fatigued, so I guess we should rest. But I feel like we should be able to handle a bunch of kobolds, right? You know what? Let's go see what this is about first, and then we'll decide. Oh, one of these. I was hoping for a royal rumble, but I guess not. Or maybe this will lead to one. One can only hope. The hills seem pleasant, even welcoming. No gray doom and gloom, just walking along the path and enjoying the view of all the cute little white pyramids built out of pebblestone. Or wait, was it pebblestone? Horror of horrors, what I mistook for pebbles were polished bones. All along the path, the grass was riddled with pyramids made of polished kobold remains. At least they're not polished human remains. It got us to thinking, is it wise to follow such a grim path, the way marked by death itself? Yes? Definitely. Defying all danger, we followed the path. Fantastic, I guess? Trying to brush away thoughts on who may have polished the kobold vertebrae and why, we quickly moved along the path leading to the Pale Hills. It didn't take long for us to reach a mountain river with a bridge crossing over it. Well, bridge may be a bit generous. It was actually just a long branch about as thick as an arm. Whose arm? Fabrosi's arm? Or your arm, Lindsay? There's a big difference. Spanning from one bank to the other, it may have been enough for a kobold to cross, since we could see another of those small bone pyramids on the far side, but it didn't look nearly strong enough for our party to cross. Right, before we decided how to proceed, we carefully examined the river, examined the branch, ready to rope. I think we have one, right? Talked it over and chose a volunteer to try crossing the river. Or we can just bugger off. No, let's examine the river. We quickly discovered that the river was quite deep. It's not a branch! What kind of arm is that thick? I mean, Fabrosi's arm. I guess. Maybe? Oh, I guess in relation, that is pretty small. Yeah, because a kobold's not that big, right? Interesting. We quickly discovered that the river was quite deep. I plunged my arm shoulder deep into the water and couldn't even feel the bed. Again, your arm's pretty stubby. It was fast, too. The current pulled a dried leaf off my sleeve, and it was gone from my sight in a blink. And it was cold. Very, very cold. Frankly, none of us were interested in taking a swim. We carefully examined the branch that would help us cross the river. The branch did have one thing going for it, though. Being so thick, it happened to be quite sturdy, but that didn't make the flimsy crossing any less slippery or challenging to anyone daring to set foot in it, or on it. I wonder how many kobolds have slipped on the wet bark and found a watery grave in the ice-cold river. Let's ready a rope just in case. Foresight had always been among our esteemed Baron's strongest virtues. Have you met Fabrosi? With the practiced motions of a seasoned adventurer, he pulled a length of rope out of his pack and prepared it to be tied around the waist of whoever would prove brave enough to step on the branch and attempt to cross the river. That would at least help reduce the risk of drowning. Wow, thanks. We talked it over and chose a volunteer to try crossing the river. And looks like it's gonna be Fabrosi. Dude, you were made for this. Enjoy. Fabrosi Cortez was unperturbed by the thin branch and the speeding current. After a deep breath, our volunteer set forth along the precarious crossing. One step, then another, a few feet crossed with no trouble, and I started to think that maybe things would be fine. That's when the branch jerked and started to shake. It was rolling over with no time to think. All Fabrosi Cortez could do was jump to the other side, so it's an automatic success. Flail his arms wildly, trying to regain his balance. If only. Oh, the lengths we'll go to in our efforts to keep our pride untarnished and our pants dry. How dare you? After all Fabrosi did, are you saying that your pants are not drenched in your womanly juices? Unfucking believable. Lindsay, you're out. Get out of here. Actually, no, don't. one incredible jump, and Fabrosi McCortez was on the other bank. Fabrosi took a moment to catch his breath and turned his attention back to the crossing. As soon as the rope was securely fixed on both banks, the branch didn't seem as much of a death trap as it had before. And losing no more time, he crossed the river. Whoa! That's cool. Can we turn this into a helmet? That'd be awesome. One small pyramid made of polished kobold bones may be a bit spooky, but it's not unbearable. But how about thousands? We found ourselves looking over a proper kobold graveyard. Each little pyramid a mark of a kobold death, and that mark made out of their own remains. Yeesh. The real enigma, though, waited in the heart of the burial ground. The centerpiece was made of hundreds, maybe even thousands of polished bones, all put together to form the head of an enormous dragon. Imagine it. The small, nonsensical reptile somehow managed to create a sculpture both fearsome and magnificent. Nonsensical? Have some more respect for kobolds, man. I mean, fucking Deacon was a kobold bard. Unbelievable, Lindsay. So racist. Such might and yet such frailty as well. If a single bone were to be removed from the foundation, this beautiful statue would crumble to dust, and even I spotted one such flimsy bone. Regardless, we come face to face with irrefutable proof. The kobolds, of course, for better or worse, were changing. This news had no impact on our search for the trolls, though. The land was clearly sacred by the kobolds, and it seemed unlikely that they would bring their new friends here. But how would the Baron deal with the structure we found in his realm? The Baron deemed it proper to respect the kobold statue or shrine. Baron left, leaving the kobold shrine untouched. Baron decided to destroy the kobold shrine. Definitely not this. As evil as I am, I love kobolds. I have a very soft spot for them, as I mentioned with Deacon. So I'm actually gonna go and show it some respect. Sure. Following my advice, the Baron adjusted the dangerously loose bone in the hope of reinforcing the remarkable composition. His grace was standing to leave when a glint from the dragon's jaw drew his attention. Carefully reaching inside, the Baron pulled out what seemed to be a dirty stone. Beneath an outer layer of clay, we found a large, finely cut emerald. Whoa! It seemed the kobold spirits decided to grant us a gift. Stowing the offering in his bag, the Baron turned and left. We dutifully followed our leader, and soon the bizarre kobold burial ground was far behind us. Fantastic! Alright, so, in the interest of full disclosure, Maxwell was nice enough to give me some spoiler-free hints and whatnot, and he said that we should try to keep an emerald and don't sell it. Okay, so can I mark it as special interest? Can I make sure that we never sell this? I don't know how to do that. I guess I'll just have to be really careful. Fine. Then let's continue down south. Monster Den. That has nothing to do with the mission, right? Okay, so let's kind of flip a mental coin here. Let's go to the troll clearing. Yeah. Can we go south, by the way? So that we don't have to go all the way across. Alright, so that's going to be past the swamp, which is hut. Which will take 7 hours. Gonna see if I can hold off until we're exhausted. Oh, another kingdom event. Now, we do have a mission to find some child. An old witch that lives in the swamp that locals call the Gnarmarches. I wonder if that's the same witch. But we do have a mission from her to go to the Mud Bowl. You're not serious that we have to go all the way there, are you? No, come on. There's got to be a way to cross over from here, I would imagine. Alright, then let's go to the Troll Crossing. I guess we might as well do the Mud Bowl first, and then we'll go talk to El Witcherino. Okay, so I think we're going in the right direction. And Jubilost is now exhausted. Alright, fine. Don't you worry, Juvie. We'll get some rest soon. I can't see. I'm assuming we can just go east. There we go. Okay, we are tired. But can I quick save? Okay.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
Ekun, we'll get to it, alright? Let me just find out what this is about first, and then we'll decide. Oh, another one of these. The small glade showed signs of brutal troll feasts. It was littered with gnawed bones, the ground was furrowed with marks from huge feet, the trees held gouges from sharp claws, and the branches had been adorned with the skulls of humans and animals, both old and new. Unfortunately, the trolls' tracks vanished outside of the glade, but we could tell that the trolls use this place often. Ekun's usually expressionless face turned into a disgusted grimace. You could see the pain he felt as he looked upon the remains of the trolls' victims. Finally looking away, he said, "They'll come back. We need an ambush." Harem ran his hand across one of the skulls. With a sad smile on his face, the priest slowly shook his head. I got chills just imagining what thoughts might be crossing his mind at the moment. Whoa, even Harem shook his head. Interesting. I wonder what would have happened if we had brought someone else. Or other people, rather. Having prepared our ambush, we waited. Uh-oh. We maybe should have rested first. Fuck. Well, I saved, so I guess we're good. The trolls were really taking their time. The sun rose higher and higher, but we heard nothing from the woods but birdsong and the buzzing of insects. Ekun froze, keeping his bow at the ready as he gazed into the woods. His eyes would focus every now and again on the remains hanging from the trees. His expression was one of strong determination. He would wait for the trolls, and he would kill them all. The fruitless waiting began to tire us out. We continued waiting. As the sun set, the glade was still empty. Darkness spread across the scraps of the trolls' feast, and the grass began to fill with the dim lights of fireflies. Ekun flexed his muscles, ripping his shirt in twain. Tired of the long, motionless wait? "I could be wrong," he said regretfully. "We may be waiting in vain." For 2 hours, Jubilost had been reading a book. He held it closer and closer to his eyes as the sun went down. When his nose finally bumped into the book, he slammed it shut and stowed it in his backpack. "Can we be on our way? It's clear we won't be getting any bites here." We continued waiting. Thank you," the ranger said with a nod. "That was cowardly of me. Torag teaches not to give up. We will wait, and we will get what we waited for." Hearing the deity's name, Harem gave a disdainful snort. Ekun paid him no attention, no mind, and continued waiting. Jubilost sighed ostentatiously. "Indeed. Why hurry? We'll just hang around here and wait for the bodies of our enemies to float on down the river. I mean, first we need a river to wend its way through these parts, but we're patient, aren't we? We can wait for that as well." Ambushes take time. We continued waiting the hope that the trolls would show themselves eventually. It was late at night. We listened to the sounds of the forest, waiting to hear the roar of a troll at any moment. Instead, all we heard was the hooting of owls. Our muscles grew numb and our eyelids grew heavy. Mom spaghetti. Loud snoring came from the bushes in which Jubilost had hidden himself. Harem yawned loudly. "Like all else," he said in a melancholic tone. "This too shall pass." We continued waiting. Fuck yeah. With little hope remaining, we decided to give the trolls one more chance to show up. The sky began to lighten. The hooting owls gave way to twittering and morning birds. We rubbed our eyes as we looked around the glade yet again. Suddenly, a loud cracking sound came from the bushes. Alert now, we reached for our weapons, but instead of trolls, what we saw jump into the glade was a huge deer. We failed the nature check, I guess. Arrows buzzed through the air, but none hit the target. The animal disappeared behind the trees immediately. After all that waiting, we clearly weren't in top form. Perhaps it was best that it hadn't been the trolls after all. I see. I wonder what would have happened if I'd succeeded with this. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. I want to see what happens if we actually succeed with that event. I'm curious. The perfectionist in me is screaming for it to be redone. Alright, so we wait, and then we wait. And then we succeeded. Arrows buzzed through the air, the animal fell to the ground. It seemed the ambush hadn't been a complete waste after all. Or at least. Oh, nice! We got some extra camping supplies and rations. Fantastic! Alright, so I guess we might as well rest. But that's the troll clearing done. which means that we now need to go to the Dwarven Ruins. Huh. That's more traveling. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. Let's keep traveling and we'll go to the Dwarven Ruins and then we'll rest. Can I just go south by any chance? Yes, and we can go to the monster den, but that's not really our mission right now. So far so good. And almost there. Fantastic. All right, before we enter, should I rest now? You know what? We have the extra camping supplies, so why not? Let's just do it up. Sure. Oh, right. I guess we should have Ekun do some hunting. What's wilderness survival? Let me see what that is. Ekun gathers berries, mushrooms, roots, berries, and other edibles. Decreasing ration consumption by 2. Whoa! That's fucking awesome! Holy shit! So by having him do this, then we can reduce the ration by 2, which will mean that if we have a stack of 12 camping supplies, we can camp 3 times instead of just the twice. Unfortunately, the rations do take up a lot of space and weight, so I wouldn't mind using some of that up. So let's have you maybe help with the cooking here, or not. Oh, I guess then maybe do this. Yeah, there we go. And then Lindsay, you can inspire competence. And just we'll just use our rations, I think. Now, what do we want to make? Let's go for... Oh, this will prevent us from getting fatigued too quickly. Bonus in saving throws. Bonus in movement speed. Movement speed. I do like onion soup. You know what? Let's go for the shepherd's pie. I haven't had my wife's shepherd's pie in quite some time, and I do miss it. Let's do it up, sure. Okay. We'll use up 6 rations, which I'm totally okay with. And begin resting, please. Can you rest for as long as you need? Let's hope that this actually ends up with Fabrosi being fully healed.
I'd like to draw you. Maybe a portrait or a caricature?
Who are you talking to?
That's something new. I don't think anyone has ever drawn a caricature of me before. Though I think that's for the best.
I would fucking pay for a caricature of Valerie, because that sounds incredible. My god, I would pay to have that thing framed in like dead center in the living room of our, well, house, I guess, or wherever the hell I live. In a box? Yeah, that's it. Okay, no events. I guess we'll go check out the Dwarven Ruins and hope for the best. Knock on wood. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I'm not sure what to expect, and I'm also a little doubtful about my abilities to not die immediately. Oh, right. Splendid. I knew you couldn't hide from me forever, you elusive dwarven outpost. Jubilos digs the map out of his pocket and makes a mark on it. That's it. On behalf of all the institution of Innisea, I hereby thank you. As a matter of fact, I'm even qualified to reward you your help in a hard coin. He gets out his purse and throws it to you. Wow, that's it? You just throw me money? Please do more. Wait, what was his voice? Let me just quickly, I'm sorry, pause out of that and see my list of voices. Oh, I never gave him a voice. Huh. You know what? He's kind of nerdy. Let's go with a nerdy voice.
Now, all I have to do is finish my article for the Independence. I'm sorry, my voice just suddenly cracked. I guess I'm undergoing puberty again. Finish my article for the Independence about the state of affairs in your barony.
Jubilos looks at you defiantly.
I'll be honest with you, unfortunately, I can't write anything too good.
Excuse me?
Monsters roaming the roads, minimal educational level, and a traveler needs some unprecedented luck to be able to find any interesting sites or landmarks. Sadly, these lands are not attractive, neither for potential settlers nor for tourists.
Maybe I've chosen the wrong voice. Fuck, alright. You know what? I'll try to think of a new voice for Jubilost here, because I already have Regongar speaking like a nerd anyways. Well, I won't interfere with whatever you've got going to write. If you are so set up to be impartial, don't forget to mention that the Baron of these lands tends to major problems personally, so all of them will be solved in the near future. At least we have enough jobs for those capable of wielding a sword. Monsters won't kill themselves, you know. I offer you a simple deal. You write a positive review, and I don't pull your legs out right now. As much as I want to do the lawful evil option, I think the nicest thing to do to Jubilost, or for Jubilost, is to say that we won't interfere. I'm going to be nice to Jubilost, even though this goes against my alignment. Because like I said, my policy to my companions is very different from my policy towards anyone else. I won't interfere.
Thanks for your understanding. After all, I work for all the inhabitants of the Inner Sea region. By the way, your support will also be mentioned in my article. I'll need some time to finish my article. Until then, I'll keep saying the word article. Until then, I'll stay at your capital. I'm sure you don't mind? Great, by the way. I'd be pleased to travel with you sometime if you wanted to have a conversation with someone smarter than your usual companions. Excuse me?
How dare you? Oh, I guess we found the troll lair. Thank you so much for the spoiler there, game. I really appreciate it. Great, now I know that we have some trolls to deal with. Fantastic. Let me just save. Trolls? No trolls there unless the game is trolling me. Can we push this rock off on someone? Can we get maybe Lindsay or Jubilost to stand down there and then just get completely crushed? Where the fuck are the trolls? I think I just Beetlejuiced. I'm sorry, this troll is named Jason? What? The troll who stands before you looks different from his kin. His pelt is cleaner, and his stench is almost bearable, unlike the other trolls. Noticing you, he turns and slowly steps towards you.
Hey, Borba.
The troll's voice is rough and gravelly.
Welcome to Troubled.
Sure, now I've seen everything.
Not here to talk. Oh no, that's Lindsay's voice. Eros was speaking my stead. He grins widely, revealing a long row of rotten and chipped teeth, but there's no menace in it. Who are you? Troubled. Alright, what do you want from me? Or we could just attack him. We just want to look around here, we're not here to fight. Who are you?
Jason.
The troll pounds his chest, making a hollow thud. I had a different name before, now Jason, like Borba. He thrusts out his chest, and a dribble of drool from his mouth promptly lands there. Me talk like Borba, wash myself like Borba, and no eat Borba. Me is like Borba myself. What the fuck is a Borba? Unless I'm a Borba. Kobold? Ours capital. The troll exclaims, waving his hand toward the rock. Kingdom of both troll and kobold. We live there now, in peace with Borba, ours land. Your comment is impressive.
Yes.
The troll agrees.
Tartuk speak like that. Taught me Borba language. Told I'm smart.
The troll proceeds to scratch his armpit, then sniffs his fingers. Oh god. I mean, who hasn't done that, but still. You don't talk about it. Like I am now. Jubilost squints an eye as he listens to Jason.
What was the same... Was that the same Tartuk who attempted to steal my cart? Or is Tartuk a common name among the kobold spawn?
Tartuk the one and only. King to kobolds, friend to trolls.
Jason's voice sounds earnest and respectful.
In that case, he's in for one unforgettable audience today.
What do you mean, Borba?
You are Borba.
The troll hesitates.
Human, elf, dwarf, all Borba.
Right, so non-trolls and kobolds, I guess. Alright, so what do you want from me? The troll makes a strange growl. You're about to draw your weapons when it becomes evident that he was simply clearing his throat.
I meet Borba and tell them, King Hargulka and King Tartuk ask that Borba stay away from Troubled. It's filthy, not pretty, and dangerous. We invite Borba later when King allow.
Okay, well, tell me more about Trobold.
First city for both troll and kobold will be kingdom. Troll and kobold and Borba will do friendship. Troll no eat Borba anymore, and Borba no kill troll and kobold anymore. Peace.
A bitter smile appears on Harem's face.
A proud citadel of dwarves turned into a lair for trolls and kobolds. Would it be possible to humiliate Torag any further?
Who is Hargulka?
King over all trolls. Strong, smart, kind.
Made all trolls together, made kingdom like Borba. Who's Tartuk? King over all kobolds, strong, smart, kind. The troll chews on his tongue momentarily. Fire killed trolls before. Tartuk protects trolls from fire, so now trolls forever love Tartuk and his kobolds. How does Tartuk protect trolls from fire? Jason's eyes widen and he shifts back a bit.
Droba Kruga, iron red and hot. Heat, trolls scream and scream and scream. Gandunga Urga Borba, pain.
He flails his hands in the air.
Then quiet, no more pain. Fire no damage, danger anymore. Troll no die from fire anymore. You understand, Borba? Troll no die at all. Fire no death, steel no death. Tartuk made troll immortal.
I'm not so sure about that, but okay. What else can you tell me about Trobold?
Many troll, many kobold live together. Learn Borba's speech. Paint walls, Tartuk protect trolls from fire.
Jason's lips move silently. He looks into the distance for a moment.
Plenty food too. Plenty loot. Go troll and kobold there.
Jason looks you in the eyes.
Many trolls eat wild, eat Borba. They stop soon. Peace will be.
So trolls aren't eating people anymore.
Me no eat Borba no more.
Jason proclaims that proudly.
King Hargulka and King Tartuk order so. Other trolls still eat Borba. They wild and dumb. Soon they stop.
So what do you eat now?
Horse, cow, dog.
Jason scratches his belly. Scratches his belly, apparently.
Dead Borba too sometimes. Long dead before Hargulka's orders. No need waste food.
So you still eat human flesh. The troll stares at you for a moment.
Me eat.
He confesses, slumping a little. But me no kill Borba. Never again kill Borba. Are you sure you won't change your mind as soon as you run out of people in your larder? You might get hungry again. The troll's eyes flash.
Borba no get it. Borba no food. Hargulka said so. Borba tried to get me angry on purpose.
Jason's words become a growl, then he calms himself.
Borba, friend.
He nods, then goes silent. Alright, you don't eat people anymore, but how can you be so sure about the rest of your kin? Let's not antagonize him further. That's enough about food. Tell me about Trobold.
First city for trouble and...
Oh, you've already read this before. Oh, I've already read this before. I'm talking to myself in the third person, or the second person, apparently. I've heard enough of Trobold. Lawful. Alright, take me to your kings, and we'll see if trolls can hold a civil conversation. I'm the king of the lands your Trobold stands on, and as such, your kings and I have much to discuss. I feel like this would allow us to... I mean, knowing what I know from previous games and stuff, I feel like this will allow us to bypass a lot of the, I guess, front-running troops, if that makes any sense, like the guards and the gates and whatnot. But I kind of want the experience points for killing them. I'm not sure if this will prevent us from tussling with the trolls at the, or whatever they have stationed at the gates and whatnot, so I'm not gonna risk it. I also don't want to kill Jason. I'm not gonna lie, this guy has endeared himself to me, so I like him. But at the same time, I'm sorry, Jason, but it seems like you must die. I don't waste words on beasts, I kill them. I'm really hoping I'm not making a wrong choice here by going with this instead of this. Because like I said, I want the experience points, and also, like, what if I do this option where we are lawful, and then we bypass all the guards and stuff or whatever, and then we end up in a royal rumble? On our way out, we'll have to deal with those things, assuming that they haven't despawned after we've dealt with the higher ups, right? I'm sorry, Jason, but you must die. Wow. No bantering of words, just straight up murder. Okay, can we get back? And Valerie, you go after Jason here? Assuming that we can get there in time, which we can. Fantastic. All right, let's have you guys tussle. Harem, stay back. Fabrosi, go for it. And Akun, let's have you acid splash his ass. Just the once. Because I think Jubilos can also use his acid bombs, which I'm hoping will not be necessary. Alright, so the acid splash is hit. I'm hoping that's enough to maybe get Jason dead. Oh, what the fuck was that? Why did he trip over? Oh, is he not dead? Oh, I'm sorry. Jason, let me fix that for you. Here. Hey, Kun. You know what to do. Go for it. I'm sorry, Jason. Rip in peace. Fantastic. Whoa, hide armor. Pearl and clear quartz. Fantastic.
Step, step, step.
And I guess this is the Dwarven ruins that we have to show Harem. Right. Again, thanks for the spoiler. Unbelievable. Alright, well, I feel like I wasted a lot of time just jibber-jabbering. Oh, we can rest here. That's good to know. I mean, not really wasted time because we did explore a couple of locations. But let's actually end the episode off here for now. We'll come back tomorrow and I guess we'll have to... Oh, pretty big. But I'm assuming we'll have to tussle with a whole bunch of trolls and kobolds and whatnot. Which I'm okay with. I mean, not having fought them, I don't know. I might not be okay with them. This might be another fucking undead barrow situation. Where I permanently lock myself into a location and can't get out. Oh my god. Good grief. Let's hope not, alright? Okay, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast.